Pokrovsk in East Ukraine is a ghost town. Most of the 60,000 residents have left as Russia attacks. Some stay despite the danger.
No gas, no heating. When we had gas, we could warm up water bottles. Now there's nothing.
The fighting is getting closer. Pokrovsk could follow the fate of Bakhmut and Mariupol. Russia isn't planning to end its attacks, as President Putin says he has hundreds of thousands registered to fight.
Last year, over 300,000 of our citizens came to the military registration and enlistment offices and signed contracts to serve in the armed forces. More than 300,000. This year, at the moment, there are already over 430,000, and this flow of volunteers is actually not stopping.
Ukraine's leader is concerned how military and political support for his country could change soon. In the past year, President Zelenskyy has modified his stance, from refusing a ceasefire to suggesting he would cede territory for peace, provided Ukraine is given NATO membership. When he's back in office, the United States President-elect Donald Trump has promised to end the war within 24 hours and expects a deal to be made.
What should Zelenskyy, if anything, be prepared to give up to ask?
We're prepared to make a deal. That's all. Got to be a deal. No, got to be a deal. Too many people being killed. That is a war that's hard. Too many people. Got to make a deal. And Putin has to make a deal.
What deal would you suggest?
Has to make a deal, and Putin would have never gotten in if I was president.
While the world waits for more details as to what specifically is Trump's plan for Ukraine, both sides battle each other diplomatically in the United Nations.
The Ukrainian leadership is past its sell-by date and doesn't want to resolve the situation. In fact, it's rejected Hungary's proposal to introduce a Christmas ceasefire and an exchange of prisoners.
Ukraine has a shortage of soldiers, weapons, and worries that 60% of its energy infrastructure has been severely damaged. Speaking in mid-December, Ukraine's permanent representative to the United Nations highlighted the scale of recent attacks.
Friday's strike was the 12th carried out by Russia against our energy infrastructure in 2024 alone. For these strikes, Russia used about 1,100 missiles, both cruise and ballistic ones.
Meanwhile, civilians in Ukraine still suffer weekly missile attacks, and soldiers on both sides die in battle or are killed by bombs. Iolo, Dafydd, CGTN.